Hello and welcome to Computology Academy. So today we are going to start a new series for mains answer writing practice, and this mains answer writing practice series is going to help all those candidates who are going to appear for the JPSC mains exam as well as the UPSC mains exam as well as in any other state PCS exam that is going to be conducted within a period of 8 months or 1 year. So these questions are based on the traditional topics as well as on the current affairs issues, and every day we will take one question or on a regular interval, that might be alternate days or so. And today we are starting with the economics related question that was recently in news, and the question is: the Prime Minister has inaugurated the Gati Shakti National Master Plan for Infrastructure Development. How does it will improve the infrastructure condition of India? So here what we see that the key words, that is Gati Shakti. This should be in focus because it is a very important topic in respect of economic infrastructure condition of the nation. And here the Gati Shakti will focus on the national master plan, that is it will be providing the national master plan for the infrastructure development of India. So how it is going to impact the infrastructure situation in India, what kind of improvement it will provide, how it will improve the development of infrastructure, the provisioning of the infrastructure in various regions, and how it will improve the existing infrastructure. All these things will be discussed over here. So let us start with the flow of the answer, how we would write the answer. So first, here we should start with the introduction, and in introduction first of all we will talk about what the Gati Shakti will provide. So here it is a digital platform. So all the ministries, departments which are related to infrastructure, those will be interconnected digitally, and there will be a network which will provide the information of one department or ministry to the another, so that there will be a fast decision making process or fast planning process. So here 16 ministries will be interconnected, and these ministries will be roads, highways, aviation, shipping, power, gas, etc. All those ministries which are related to infrastructure, whether it is power provisioning, whether it is related to transport, whether it is related to telecommunication, all those ministries will be interconnected, and they will be having an option to go through the infrastructure situation and the information related to them with each other. And here it will ensure the holistic planning and execution of the project. So how it will ensure the effective planning, holistic planning? It will ensure that the interaction between the ministries, whether it is related to some kind of operational ease, some kind of clearances, all those things will be handled digitally and in real time, so that the delay due to the movement of files or those kind of things related to clearances, these will be eradicated, and because of this there will be holistic planning, as the ministries or departments will having the information of the existing infrastructure also. So while planning their own infrastructure map, DPR, the detailed project reports, they will take into consideration the existing infrastructure. Like if a telecommunication department is going to lay the bus bar or the communication lines, then many of the times we see that they dug on to the road. But if they are having already all the information about where the new roads are going to be constructed, so beforehand they would try to lay down the communication lines. So this kind of interoperability, and this kind of pre-planning would be there, because of which there will be holistic planning and better execution of the projects. Now in the body part, what it will facilitate, body part will be divided into two parts, and here first part is it will facilitate or provide the geospatial data of the existing infrastructure, like where the roads are already there, where the underpasses are already there, where the overbridges are already there, where the toll plazas are already existing over there, where the power plants are existing over there, where the airports are there. All these information will be there, and it will be having a 200 layer of layered information in the single system, and because of which whenever a department is going to prepare their DPR, detailed project report, so they will be considering all these things. Like once they prepare the DPR and then they realize that there is a railway line and we had not considered it while preparing the DPR. So at the time of execution, they need to improvise the DPR report. They need to make the changes over there. So such kind of things causes the delay in the execution of the project, and these things will be avoided when there will be already the existing infrastructures will be considered. All the informations will be over there with them. Thereafter, they will be having the information about the protected area networks, all the wildlife sanctuaries, bird sanctuaries, national parks, all those informations will be there, because of which they will be in a better position to plan whether we need here the overbridges, whether we need to take the clearances if we want to divert the existing land under the protected area network. So these things will again help, and it will pace up the execution of the project. And thereafter, one more department or one more thing will be there in this Gati Shakti system, that is real-time monitoring. What amount of the project has already been completed, what is the pace of the project, where the project is lagging. Like if we talk about the protected area network, many a times we see whenever there is any expressway is being constructed or railway line is being laid, then we see that the whole project is constructed or completed, but some of the stretches are still not completed, and this is because they are not having the clearance from the Ministry of Environment and Forest to divert the land and to construct the infrastructure, and because of which whole project has been completed but some of the stretches remains unfinished, and because of this there are delays in the projects, and this situation will be not there, and there will be real-time monitoring about this completion of the projects. And in case there is delay in the sanctioning of the clearances, then here the Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, DPIIT, this will come into picture, and they will inform such kinds of bottlenecks, about such kind of delays to the empowered group of ministers, and thereafter they will ensure that the clearance is provided within time or as soon as possible if there has been any delay, so that the projects are completed on time. So this department will ensure that the inter-ministerial cooperation and coordination is good, and the projects are not lagging behind or being delayed because of the inter-ministerial non-cooperation or because of the bottlenecks. And it will improve. How it will improve? This was the major part of the question. So here, how it will improve the infrastructure condition in India? So first of all, it will provide better infrastructure plannings. Many a times we see that the infrastructure has been developed, but many of the important industrial parks, economic zones, shipping ports, etc. has been not connected to these infrastructures. So here the planning, as there will be information about all such kind of critical infrastructures or existing infrastructures with the team which is going to prepare the DPR, so they will be in a better position to ensure the connectivity with these also. Thereafter, there will be better planning, beforehand planning for the pipelines which should be provided over there for the transport of the drinking water and all those kind of things. Thereafter, there will be better planning for the underpasses, over bridges. All these things will be taken into consideration, and because of this, the better infrastructure planning will be there. Thereafter, it will create a multi-modal network. In the multi-modal network, in the sense we are saying that here, once if we are planning about the road infrastructure, then simultaneously the DPR will be made for the power lines, communication lines, if it is needed for the water supplies also, then water pipelines. So all these things will be taken into consideration, as well as if there is needed, there might be overpasses, underpasses, over bridges, all those kind of things in one go. So it will provide a multimodal network and on time completion of project, because there will be no hindrance in getting the clearances. There will be beforehand information about the existing infrastructures. So if they make some changes, what they have thought earlier that this would be the route of a road or this would be the route of a railway, so all those things will be taken into consideration beforehand, and this is why it will ensure the on time completion, as well as there will be oversight mechanism. The DPIIT will be monitoring it continuously, and if it sees that it knows that there is any kind of delay because of any particular department or ministry, so it will inform to the empowered group of ministers, and they will ensure that the clearances and all those bottlenecks which are hindering the completion of the project, that will be removed. Therefore, it will thereafter provide the efficient connectivity, like it will ensure the better connectivity to the railway stations, to the seaports, to the airports, to the other dry ports, whatever it is needed. So because they will having the all the informations beforehand about the important infrastructures that need the better connectivity, like the power plants, because coal is the basic feedstock of any power plant. So while planning for the railway lines, railway routes, they will ensure that there is better connectivity to the power lines, or in the mining region they will ensure that the mining regions or the mining sites have the better connectivity with the railway lines as well as the major trunk route roads, so that the evacuation of the material should be better. Or if we say that in the EEZs, exclusive economic zones, all these should be ensured. And thereafter, easy clearances. If a DPR is already placed in the network, Gati Shakti network, then they will be knowing, the Ministry of Environment and Forest will have a beforehand information that this road is going to cross through this particular protected area. So they will be in a better position to do all the clerical works to ensure that on time clearance is provided to that particular project. So there will be a better clearance mechanism, so they will not have to wait for the clearance. Once the DPR is ready, thereafter all the ministries will get the information that such project is going to be executed, and they will make the necessary preparations to provide all the needed clearances beforehand, and it will reduce the cost overrun, as all these things will be ensured in a timely manner. So there will be no delay in the completion of the project, and because of this, the cost overruns will not be there. Many a times we see that when the DPR is prepared, then we would come to know that this railway project is going to cost around 600 crores. But because of different factors, lack of clearances and other things, we come to know that this project was going to be completed in 4 years, but it took around 16 years, 4 times more than the anticipated time. And because of it, what happens? There will be cost overrun, and this 600 crore projects cost around 3600 crores. So there is 6 times more cost overrun, and there are practical examples about this situation within India itself. And lack of future planning, lack of foresight has also been a cause because of which there had not been a better planning. Like if we talk about the Golden Quadrilateral, then the Golden Quadrilateral was not having the underpasses and over bridges at the time when it was constructed, and it was also of 6 lane only, 2 lanes for transport, 1 lay bay in each direction, so it was of 6 lane only. But within 5 to 6 years, it was realized that there are several bottlenecks on the Golden Quadrilateral because of not having the over bridges and underpasses, and because of this, even after having an expressway, the time of movement of logistics have not reduced considerably. And thereafter the government started to construct the over bridges and underpasses. And if any construction activity is going on any expressway, then that region or that stretch where the construction activity is already on, that becomes the major bottleneck of that expressway. And such things are going on the Golden Quadrilateral. On the Golden Quadrilateral now, the lane expansion is also going on. In the many stretches, you see that already it has been completed, but on many stretches it is still going on. And because of this, even after having the Golden Quadrilateral, the movement of logistics was not so swift. And that is what it is needed. Gati Shakti is needed to remove such kind of bottlenecks, to remove such kind of issues, while at the planning stage itself and execution stage itself, so that they will not come to know after 5 years of the completion of the project that this should have done. So the real scenario would be anticipated beforehand due to having proper information about all the existing infrastructure, all the infrastructure that will be needed in future, and accordingly making the DPR and executing the projects. So this will be the major feature, and in conclusion we should go on to talk about how it will reduce the logistics cost. In India, about 13 to 15% of the GDP is the cost of logistics movement, while in the developed nations it is just 7 to 8%. So this is a huge difference, and because of this, the Indian products, the Indian goods or the Indian businesses are not able to compete with the developed nations, all those goods and services which are originating in the developed nations. So if this Gati Shakti does what it has been instituted, then the cost of logistics will reduce, and the Indian goods will also be in a position to compete with the goods which are originating from the developed nations, and in that scenario our export will improve and our economic cycle will also start moving faster, and it can prove a boon to the economy, because if our export will improve, as well as domestically also. If the cost of production and cost of transportation will reduce, then the people will getting the commodities in lesser price, and because of this the overall economic activity will be boosted. However, this should not become a white elephant. And why we are saying that? We are saying this because many a times we saw that many of the departments are instituted with good intent as well as with a good philosophical background, good purpose, but ultimately they are unable to serve that purpose. They are unable to do for what they have intended. And this should not be the situation with this also, because the infrastructure is a very critical requirement for any economy. If the infrastructure system will improve, then definitely the economy will get a boost. So whatever it is intended for, that should be implemented in letter and spirit, and then only the Indian economy will get a boost, and the Indian export and Indian goods will be competitive in the foreign market. So this should be ensured. And thank you very much. And for the questions, these questions about which we are discussing, that will be provided on our Telegram channel. The link for this Telegram channel has already been provided in the description below. You can go over there and join our Telegram channel. So in the morning time itself you will get the question. Practice those questions in the daytime at your own convenience, and in the evening time you will get the discussion about that question. So you will be in a better position to analyze what you have written, what was required, and in case if you want to make some suggestion, then also put that suggestion in the comment section, that this point could have also been included. It might be so that I would have also missed some of the points. So that's not an issue. Just go on to the comment section and try to mention if there are some better points that should be included in the answers. So that's not an issue. And for various courses, visit our website www.computology.com and do subscribe our channel and press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload such informative videos. Thank you very much and have a nice day.